Kavi, Robin Wesley, I don't want you to go after me. I know that Kavi was one of your students. I'm not going to be saying anything bad about Kavi, just specific things that he said. And Kavi, I loved you in Twilight. By the way, I still stand by the fact that Troy is charismatic.
Now, up till recently, we've always had Ryan on this channel with and without the mustache, but recently Troy started doing more videos, which people seem to like a lot.
One of the faces is Troy, who I personally think is really charismatic on camera. But I see what you did there, Robin. Touche.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more...
Troy. If I deterred any people from Heat and you stopped watching because of anything that I said, I would definitely go back and check that channel out. They've changed up a lot of things, and honestly, it's a really enjoyable channel, and I love watching it. I don't think that the things that Kavi says really apply to the audience that is currently watching him, which is brand new producers. So Kavi says a lot of things about how to get rich as a music producer. I have my own issues with that, but putting that aside, if I take it at face value, he's found a niche that's very effective. Good on him. The problem is his skill level is much, much, much higher than his audience's skill levels, I'm assuming. Kavi suggests to very new producers how to become a rich music producer by doing things like selling sound packs, selling samples, selling beats, selling courses, even doing things like filming vlogs.
Another great way that you could build a personal brand on YouTube is by doing vlogs.
He suggests his audience go ahead and just start selling courses.
Sell courses. And I know that this kind of gets scammy and people feel weird about it, but I really don't see what's wrong about buying education from someone who's done something that you want to do.
This is my problem with that. If you are a brand new music producer, I don't care if you know the piano, I don't care if you know music theory. Selling courses in these things, first of all, will not be successful. Second of all, how will you market them? So I understand in this video that he said build a big fan base first, but the problem with building a big fan base is that's not something that a new producer is going to be able to do unless they're at it for years and years and years and years. This is not something that they're going to be able to do tomorrow. When you search out how to become a rich music producer, how to make money making music, how to do all these different things, Kavi most likely will show up first. If I'm a 16-year-old producer that just started, I'm going to be finding Kavi's videos, and he's going to be telling me to do things to make money once I build my fan base, and I'm going to be watching those videos. The problem is, I'm not there yet. By the time that a producer is at the point where they can actually start to market a course or market a sound pack or market their sample store, they are already big. And my issue with Kavi is that he's starting these people who are crawling into a sprint. There's no middle ground with Kavi. And I understand he found this niche, and it's almost this money niche that the Instagram people who rent Lamborghinis and stand in front of them to get you to buy into NFTs, it's a very similar niche that he's found. And it's a very appealing, very attractive niche to all of us. All of us want to make tons of money with our music, but the problem is our music isn't good enough yet, and we are not visible enough yet. And when it comes to his advice on how to grow a channel and how to become visible, it's very run-of-the-mill stuff. Kavi's expertise is music. He's so good at it. He has so many placements, I can't even keep count. So it's not like I'm trying to say like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows a whole lot more than I do when it comes to actually getting your foot in the door, when it comes to getting placements. But the problem is, he's already got all of these placements and he already has all of these connections. One of the bad pieces of advice that I feel like Kavi gave was to tell rappers that you've already worked with them in the past, whether or not you have.
And if you want a little unethical tip, just say that you produced a song for them last year or something.
Yes, I understand he put the disclaimer, this isn't exactly ethical. The problem is every single one of his subscribers went and probably did that, even if they've been making beats for like 2 days. And what does that do? Of course, it hurts every other producer who actually probably already worked with that particular rapper. Because if you're getting 1,000 Instagram DMs, hey bro, I worked with you, hey bro, I worked with you, now you're actually ignoring a statement that would have stopped you in your tracks to actually check if you remembered this particular producer. Another crazy thing that Kavi said was there was this Louis Vuitton jacket that someone else owned. But in order to get a placement, they actually traded this very rare Louis Vuitton jacket for a spot on this person's album.
For example, my boy Nick Dean got a custom Louis Vuitton jacket and offered to send it to Boy Wonder 100% for free. After that amazing offer that he made, Boy Wonder quickly replied, and once he received the jacket, they locked in and started working on music together.
Iggy Azalea. Iggy.
A few moments later.
Iggy. I have beats. Let's work.
The album's already done.
You say that. That is so undoable. Like, first of all, the chances of that working are so low. And unless you really do have something like a very rare edition of a Louis Vuitton jacket, I don't have one of those laying around. I don't know if you have one of those laying around. I can't think of anything in my house right now that I could trade to T-Pain that would make him actually use one of my beats. Like, so these pieces of advice, I feel like he's steering people down a very bad path. First of all, he's targeting these very small producers who have maybe like produced like 5 beats. They're very, very new. And he's giving them this idea that this is extremely lucrative and you could totally do this. And he's giving them all of these tips. The problem with the tips is the tips only work once you have an extremely large established fan base. And even then, this is hard to do. You see, Kavi is having trouble doing this.
No idea if he's going to reply to this, but let's try. No, where I can sense stuff. I don't want to say it's been a minute, bro. First, I want to say something like something catchy, kind of like a clickbait title for a YouTube video, but like for a message. All right, this one's kind of weak, but I'm just going to send it. I've got a decent amount of followers and hoping that if some of these rappers click on my profile to look at me before responding, they're like, okay, this guy's legit.
So again, no problem with Kavi, no problem with anybody that I talk about. Like I said, I know that everybody thinks that I'm this evil bitch that's just out there for clout and I'm talking all this shit to ride a wave, and I see all the comments. The thing is, it's like, I'm not. What I am doing, if you are a new producer, you're the person that I'm talking to. Or if you're a producer that got sucked down these ineffective rabbit holes and just spend more time watching videos than actually producing music, you are who I'm talking to, because I fell into the same hole. I want people to watch these videos less and get into the studio more. Work on your craft more, practice. These videos are designed to get you hooked. Every single time that you watch, when you have this dopamine release. If you watch a bunch of informational videos, even if they're free, you feel like you just took a course. You feel like you just did something. You didn't do anything. You just heard the same exact information, again, repackaged. What I have to say to you is I am not evil. I am not the toxic gossip train. I am not this evil, bitter, clout-chasing fucking person. I am somebody who fell into these traps. And what you need to do is get yourself out there, get yourself learning, edit 1,000 videos, produce 1,000 pieces of music, and use your own judgment and your own intuition on how to bring these things to the public eye.